So good afternoon, Facebook family. This is Toni Harris Taylor. Val, we are live, so we are good. And I am here with my client, Miss Val Vick of Val Vick Content and Copywriting. Welcome, Val. How are you today?
Hey, Toni. I'm good. Thanks for having me. I always love to be with you.
Yay. So if you are joining us live, please make comments. If you're on replay, do hashtag replay, and let's get this conversation going. I'm super excited. Val said yes to her success and became a sponsor, hey Danelle, of the Viral Networking Conference. And I'm super excited. This is the first annual. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. I just declared it's going to be an annual event. November 3rd through 5th. And it's actually 2.5 days. I know 3 days scares people. So it's 2.5 days of amazing content, connections, and ultimately cash, right, Val?
Right. So excited. I mean, there'll be prizes, cash, but there's that cash later that's even huge because of what they're going to get from the conference.
Absolutely. So, I'm all about helping business owners to get to six figures and beyond. 94% of entrepreneurs never get to six figures. Can you believe that, Val? Because entrepreneurs are killing themselves trying to make their business work. And it's just sad and a shame that they don't get to six figures. And I know one of the reasons that they don't is because they don't have content that attracts their target audience. So tell everybody who you are and what you do, and let's talk about content that's going to go viral.
Okay, well, I am Val Vick with Val Vick Content Copywriting, as Toni said, and I'll actually be speaking at Toni's conference about viral client growth in 90 days. Copywriting is quick and simple content. I think one of the things that you were talking about, why entrepreneurs aren't as successful, is half the time they could be the best thing since sliced bread. They can have the best product, and they know they have the best service. They're looking around and they see people who aren't even as good as they are getting all the clients and getting the business. But one of the biggest problems is they're invisible to their target audience. They don't know who they are. It's like if we don't know you are there, how are we going to buy from you?
So you said something really key there. And that is, you have to have a target audience. And so many entrepreneurs are trying to serve everybody and end up serving nobody. And the people they're supposed to serve can't find them. And so content is one way to attract those people, because you are speaking directly to them so they can say, oh yeah, I need what you have.
Right, definitely. And so when we network, you teach us how to network. And so we actually meet people, we work on building the relationships as you teach us. But even then, we need to still have content, because number one, you don't have enough time in the day to have those relationship building interactions with all the people you need to. And right. So by using your content, you continue to build that trust factor. They get to know, like, and trust you. And then once even they become a client, you have to have ways to help with the retention. Because let's face it, divorce happens in marriages. So do you understand that divorce can happen with a client?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So one of the things you specialize in is the brand voice. So talk about that.
Okay, brand voice. People think of branding, they think the color of your logo, your colors and your logo. And I'm just going to be real frank, because that's me. If you're not Nike, we really don't care about your logo. Not being funny, but it's not like it's just not that important. Your brand voice is more important than anything when you talk about branding, because how do people know? Just like We work with people we're comfortable with. Your brand voice helps your target audience recognize if you are a match for them. Because let's face it, you're not the only one doing what you do. So when we compare, a lot of things we're comparing, because if we don't know your services any better, the first thing we're going to compare is you. How do I mesh with you? How do I feel interacting with you? If your voice isn't coming through, if you sound like everybody else, I don't have any way to say, oh yeah, you're the better match for me, you know?
Well, and one of the things I love about you, because I'm your client as well, is that you literally study my videos. And when you came up with my email sequence, which she is awesome at, by the way, those of you who've been trying to do those sequence emails and you can't get it done, Val is awesome at writing sequential emails. And I'm like, wow, these sound just like me. So you have a gift for studying your clients and then regurgitating and sounding just like them.
Yeah, I do get that. That is one of my favorite things to hear, and I hear it most over and over. You sound just like me, and I'm like, well, that was the point.
Well, you got a great compliment from a connection I made for you recently, Miss Muncie Hawkins. Shout out to Muncie. And what did she have to say about you worked on her bio, I believe?
Yeah, she said, she basically thanked me for telling her story. She said it actually brought tears to her eyes when she read it, because I got her, and I got what she went through and why she does what she does, and it came through. So she was like, she actually said, you have a gift, and so I'm grateful, because I do believe, for those who know what I'm talking about, I believe I'm anointed to do this, and I'm excited about it.
Now, Val's been on a journey, and we don't have time to tell you about Val's journey, but Val has taken drastic steps. She started her content and copywriting business at the beginning of COVID because she was a travel agent. Talk about somebody who had to pivot. Wow. And then Val, during the 2020 and 2021, her mom has been extremely ill. You're going to hear her story at our VIP party the night of the Viral Networking Conference, and we are having a party. I have hired entertainment. It is semi-formal. We're going to have some food, and we're going to share stories of inspiration, transformation, drastic steps that all of my panelists have taken in order to stay an entrepreneur. Let's face it, entrepreneurship is hard by ourselves. And if we don't build a network to support us, then we will go out of business. And I have a lot of people I have to literally shake and say, you need to understand the power of relationships. And everybody hears the conversation. They hear it's not what you know, it's who you know. But how much time are you spending on the who you know part? Some of you are getting doctorate degrees for the what you know. And I'm not knocking that. Don't get me wrong. I got my advanced degrees too. So do you. You're an engineer. But ultimately, it's still going to come back to who you know.
Yes. And it's not even about just who you know, but who you have a relationship with. Because we meet people and they're acquaintances, and that can go so far, but you do need to build a relationship for it to really matter. Yeah. And let's face it, a lot of us have lost some loved ones these past couple of years for whatever reason. I just had 2 relatives die last night. I'm just saying, it's not just who you know, it's who you have a relationship with, and we just got to stop wasting time and make it mean something.
So we're inviting you to come to the Viral Networking Conference. I have about 5 registrations left for the VIP with the party. VIPs are the only ones getting a party, but if you can't make it to Houston or you're not in Houston, and I do have people traveling, but if you can't make it to Houston, come online. My conference is the only one I know where me, the host, guarantees you're going to leave with people on your calendar and connections. And Val, you see everybody, or you can't hardly see it now. Okay, this logo here, Val, in 90 days, I know I haven't lost count, but in 90 days, you said you got over 45 introductions and connections from my network. Where are you today?
I'm probably at like maybe 150 or so.
Now she's an engineer by trade, so she counts every single one.
A little bit anal, yeah, you're right. And so, because I was going to clarify, it's not like I'm actually doing business with all of them, but you never know. Just because people say no now doesn't mean it really means maybe probably later, because there have been people that have come back. So yeah.
So here's the deal. 1% of people are right now buyers. What that means is if I put 10 cards or my marketing message in front of 10 people, only one of them may be a right now buyer. It's your content that's going to keep the other 99% in front of them, so that when they are ready, you get the business. Oh, don't hear me. I'm preaching right now.
You are. Amen.
Because you need to understand that what Val does helps to appeal to the 99% who are not ready for you today.
Toni, did you just do my talk for me? I'm like, thank you.
On that note, what is the title of your talk?
The title is Viral Client Growth in 90 Days with Quick and Simple Content.
Viral client growth in 90 days with quick and simple content. If you have not registered for the Viral Networking Conference, hit the button now. I'm going to put it in chat, or you just go type it into your URL. And I only have like 5 spots for VIP. So if you are local to Houston and you hear this message, you want to be in the room. See, Val, this is the other thing about Val and me. She got 150 new connections. She's been with NIA 1 year, and she's been coaching with me 1 year. But Val shares those connections, and she has the same gift I have. She'll hear who you need to meet and say, oh, you need to meet, and make it happen. That's the people you want to be in the room with. Stop playing, y'all. Show up. And what I say, I'm having t-shirts made. Show up. Be up, follow up, and you will blow up. Thank you, Val, for giving me a few minutes and introducing yourself to the audience. And we can't wait to see you at the Viral Networking Conference, either online or in person. But don't delay. Click the button, get your ticket, and there is a cap at registration. We only want 100 people online. And y'all know I got a big network. So let's make this happen. This is Toni Harris Taylor with my client and friend, Val Vick, saying take a drastic step today, like register for the conference for a fantastic tomorrow. Talk to you soon.
Bye.